It's the end of the week, but the start of Luke and Lewis.
Check it out, check it out. Let's go.
On 1019.
You ready?
The Fox.
Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Welcome to the show, everybody.
It's going to be a big one. It's because, Lewis, during the week, there's a food revolution that has started. Doritos have released a new product.
I know.
We asked, they answered. I don't think anyone asked.
No, and also,
No
they
one
haven't
asked.
talked to us either.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of
Get
questions.
Doritos on the line.
Got a lot of questions. We got no answers. But if you are Doritos, 131060,
Yes.
give us a call and we'll grill you.
And also, you went to a concert last night, Lewis, and had a bit of a conundrum.
Yes, I did. I almost got into a battle, and we're going to be talking about that after this.
Odd place to battle someone.
Mate, you don't know what type of concert it was. Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Luke, I went to a Halsey concert last night. Are you
Yep.
familiar with her?
I am.
Yeah, she's released
Like
one of
her
these
music?
bangers. Yeah, so she's notoriously bad at love. Luckily, she's made up for it with the talent of singing.
Good on her.
Yeah, so went to the Halsey
And obviously
concert.
she attracts those who have the same unfortune
Yes.
with love,
Yes.
such as yourself. Actually,
No.
you went with your girlfriend.
Actually, I'm very good at love because I got Halsey tickets as a present for my girlfriend
Ooh.
on Christmas. So I'm good. I'm not going to do it. Good at love, bad at singing.
It's almost ironic,
Yeah.
an ironic present then.
I'm essentially the opposite of Halsey also because I can't sing and she's very short. She's about
Yeah.
5'1".
And also, she's very successful and
Yes.
well, you know.
I'm on Sunday nights on Fox.
Yeah.
And I'm 6'8", so I'm very, very tall. And so is my girlfriend. She's 6'1". So we went to the concert and we were in the seating section.
Why do you people leave the house? You ruin it for the rest of us at concerts.
Well, here's the thing. It is quite rude of me to go to a concert.
It is. Stay
because-
indoors where you belong.
I know, yeah. But anyone standing behind me, I feel sorry for them. And this happened at the Halsey concert. So we're in the seating section, and then people in front of us stood up. So we're like, oh, well, we got to stand up. And so me and my girlfriend stand up and destroyed the night.
Lewis
of
is
the people behind us.
6'8".
Yeah, I'm 6'8". My girl is 6'1". So we're just a giant wall of back and of just concert ruining back.
Yeah, the people just staring at your neck all night. They didn't pay $150 to see that.
I know. I mean, that could be a side hustle of mine, but I haven't found any clients yet.
Yeah, because no one wants that. Yeah, so you've ruined someone's night.
Yeah, so we were the second last row. So one person in particular copped it because I
So
think
you
she
didn't
was
really lash out for the tickets too much, did you?
mate.
You were talking up a big game.
Mate, I told you.
Didn't get standing.
Yeah, I know. Look, I'm not going to get standing. I would have get punched in the back of the head. That would have been rude. Now, so what happened was about halfway through the concert, my girlfriend loves Halsey. So she's dancing and moving around, and I wasn't dancing too much because I'm conscious of the people behind us. But then my girlfriend gets a tap on her shoulder from the girl behind us, and she goes, "Hey, I don't want to be rude, but I can't see anything. Can you please not move?"
That's like respect to her because that takes courage
Yeah.
to ask someone that. Last night at a comedy show, I was stuck behind a guy who was about 6'4", couldn't say anything. I just put my neck out for an entire hour trying to watch the show. I didn't have the courage to say anything to him. And it
Yeah.
ruined my night. But
Well, she didn't tap me on the shoulder. She tapped my girlfriend.
Okay.
So she's like, she picked the smaller of the two.
Yep.
And so my girlfriend just stood at attention for the whole concert, just stood incredibly still, and so did I. And I can't really figure out who's the rude person. Is it me, or is it the person who told us to stop dancing, or is it just...
I don't think anyone's in the wrong. I just think it's a series of unfortunate events where you're genetically in the wrong. It's
Can't genetically be in the wrong. That's a slippery slope.
Well, it's your parents' fault and their parents' fault. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
your ancestors' fault.
Yeah,
Is
right.
why this girl's night's been ruined because you're just too tall. Because
That's true.
it's not really your fault. You've bought a ticket like everyone else. You can therefore should be able to have the same enjoyment.
I didn't rock up on stilts.
And
I
it's
was just born this way. Lady
Oh.
Gaga.
Yes, and she's happened to be the only. Like, really, how many people are at this concert? About 3,000.
Yeah, well, 8,000. So
8,000. So very unlucky that she had to be stuck behind the one guy there.
we
who
tried
was
to fix
6'8".
it. We tried to fix it. We offered to swap with her, but then she was like, "Oh, I'd love to, but I'm here by myself." I mean, really, that's what you get for going to a concert by yourself.
Yeah, she deserves it. She's in the wrong.
Yeah, you
Get
weren't-
some friends. And she wouldn't have had this situation.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's bad at friends.
We are standing here with a dilemma on our hands.
Yes.
I think this debate was going to shock you guys.
Well, Doritos have released a new biscuit today. Whoa. Okay.
I think
Cracker. They're calling it a cracker.
Yeah.
And this is where the dilemma lies.
Yes.
They are calling this a cracker. It's called the new Doritos Cracker. It comes in various different flavors. We've got Cheese Supreme. What have you got?
I've got Texan BBQ. So you wouldn't barbecue a biscuit or a cracker. So maybe this is actually a meat product
And so we've been...
from Texas.
I don't think it's a meat product. Now,
rule
I
that
haven't
one out.
tried it yet. To describe it to in your cars, wherever you're listening, it is, I would say, a triangle shape.
Well, I would say that a triangle is a shape.
I was referring to the biscuit shapes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It is very similar to shapes. They're coming in on the shapes market.
Yeah.
Which really leads us to what's a shape? Is that
I
a
think
biscuit?
a
Is that a
shape.
cracker?
Well, yeah, we've been debating this all afternoon. I think these are bickies. Not a biscuit,
Bickies,
not a cracker.
Okay.
It's a bicky.
We need to get down to the bottom of our terminology. What's a biscuit?
I would say a biscuit is a Tim Tam or an Anzac cookie. It's a cookie, damn it.
A biscuit. The perfect example of a biscuit is those Arnott shortbread fingers. That's a biscuit.
Scotch fingers.
Yeah, Scotch fingers.
That's a biscuit.
Biscuit.
A Monte Carlo. That's a biscuit.
Yeah.
That's a fancy biscuit, actually.
What's a bicky though?
A bicky is
Something a little bit less serious.
a Doritos. What we're
Yeah.
holding now. That's a bicky. I would say a Savoy is a bicky because it's baked, not fried,
Savoy's a
as they
cracker,
brag about.
mate. Well, these are baked and not fried, and I think a cracker is something that cracks. And if you turn up your radios, guys,
Well, just cracked.
great little crack.
Or did
So,
it bick?
I don't know. I'm just having it now.
Is it good?
Tastes like a shape. So I think the real question is,
This tastes like a Dorito. So, not surprising, it's a Dorito cracker. I think. I don't think it's anything. I think it's its own entity.
right? Well, where Radio Mike, our button pusher, you got these from the supermarket. What section did you find these in?
They weren't in a section. They were in like a little stack next to all the milk.
Oh,
So they're a cereal.
so not even the supermarket can categorize these biscuits / crackers / Dorito things.
Stop playing games, Doritos. We want to know the answer, okay?
Is it a big?
So really, they're just in limbo at the supermarket. If you've got a thought on this, let us know. You can call the show anytime on 131060. I think it's just, I don't know. I'm shocked that they've released this, first of all, because they were going so well with just Doritos. And now they've thrown this new spatter in the works. It's just a shape. You know, that's it. It's shapes.
It's shapes.
It's rip-off shapes. The
Yeah.
poor man's shapes.
All right. Well,
Not a great ad for Doritos, but hey, be more specific with your product and we wouldn't have to review this on air.
I do like this. So it's basically just a shape. So over the next few months, we're going to get down to the bottom of whether a shape is a bicky or a cracker. So if you've got any input on
I think
it,
a shape's a bicky.
well, I
that's
think
a
it's
whole
a
other
cracker.
thing.
Right, we're going to fight over this during the song. Luke and I are talking about the new Doritos product that is claiming to be a cracker, but we don't necessarily
It's
agree.
just unclear because it's supposed to be a shape. And I've went into the Arnott's website. Shapes are actually listed under savoury biscuits, not the crackers section, which
Right.
is also on their website. Under the crackers section, Savoy, Jats, stuff like that.
Yeah, so we were talking about this before the song, and the people listening just got so into it that we've had calls.
Yeah.
Bit of a spontaneous question here, but we've got Bryony on the line. Welcome to the show. Do you think these are crackers
Wait,
or bickies? Or...
Firstly, Brian, have you tried the Doritos cracker?
I haven't.
Oh, okay. So you're just calling up with no previous knowledge. You're just having a stab in the dark. I love your confidence.
Yeah. Well, see, my definition of a cracker is in line with the Arnott's website. It's something that needs to be served with something else. So, like, no one just eats like a Savoy or a Jats by itself. You put some cheese or some dip or something on that.
I don't know
Stop you
about
there.
that. Yeah,
You're talking to the two biggest Savoy boys in the country. Have been known in the past to eat the odd Savoy. We tried to eat 40 boxes in a day once.
Yes, that was by itself.
Yes. We did have dip accompanying it, though. So you think a cracker has to be accompanied by a cheese or a dip?
Yep.
Or any sort of platter?
I do like your theory.
Would
'cause-
you accompany this with a dip, Lewis?
No, this is by itself. It's like a shape.
It's a shape,
I
yeah.
wouldn't have it. They're coming into the shape market.
And it's even similar packaging.
Yes, it is. We've got on the line Morella with Darcy. Is it what's your theory on these crackers, bickies, whatever they are?
I think they're a biscuit because
Right.
they're not a chip and they're not a cracker.
We didn't even consider that they were a chip.
There's so
You've
many
thrown
more.
another spanner in the works, Morella.
We're gonna have to go back and to the theory and figure out what this is. Well, hang on. It can't be a chip because Doritos are chips, and this is different from
I know.
Doritos.
And they're not chips. There's sort of few and far between. It's either a chip or a biscuit.
I think it's a biscuit because shapes are biscuits, and this is pretty much a shape.
Yeah.
It's not a cracker.
It's not a cracker.
It hardly cracks. It actually
It's like
crunches.
cracker.
Yeah.
Biscuits
That's
crunch.
true. Classic biscuit noise. I'm going to say that it's a biscuit. Have we closed the case, Luke?
Amber, I think we'll go with Amber just to close the case once and for all. Amber, what is it?
It's definitely a biscuit. It says on the box of shapes, and you're describing it as like a shape,
Yep.
that it shapes biscuits.
Yes.
Also, if you look at it when you're thinking cracker, you might say a salada biscuit
Yeah.
is a cracker,
true.
but it says on the box biscuit.
Right. I like this theory. I'm going to say there's a biscuit, and the only reason they're calling it a cracker is to stand out from shapes.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they
Case
know
closed.
they know that they've just redone a shape, and we're onto your Doritos. Everyone is now,
Yep.
and I would say watch out, watch sales drop.
Yep. You're going to have to do a product recall for false advertising. This
Yep.
is a bicky, not a cracker. Case closed. This is Luke and Lewis, investigative journalists.
Lewis, a couple of weeks ago, I was going to one of my shows with my girlfriend Emily right at the comedy festival.
Mate, we get it. Okay, you do stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
You talk about it every day, multiple times a day on
Yeah.
the show. You're not paying for this promotion.
It's a great
You
platform.
need to stop plugging.
I'm
mate.
I'm going to Adelaide and Perth in a couple of weeks. If you know anyone, send them along.
Mate, this show only broadcasts in Melbourne. What are you doing?
I know, that's what I mean. Everyone knows someone from interstate. National tour, baby.
Stop it. Okay, tell your story.
All right. So, well, the story evolves. We're going to one of my shows, right? I'm with my girlfriend Emily, and she's driving in her car, and the petrol light is flashing on empty. And we've left it a bit late to go to the show. We're in a bit of a rush, and it was already flashing by the time she got to my house. And it's about a 50-minute drive, and maybe a little bit more with traffic right from my house to the venue. And I was like, oh, it's flashing empty. Let's just quickly pull in to a service station, fill her up. No point in risking.
Very reasonable.
Yeah, there's no point in missing the show. They're going to let down a bunch of people if I'm late to the show.
Yeah, well, you need to fill up anyway, so you're saving no time by not doing it.
And then she's like, no, I know my car. Don't worry about it. And this level of arrogance gets me.
That would make me very nervous.
Because there's no one who owns a 2002 lime green Mazda 2, I was going 2007 actually, who knows their car.
No, because if you did know the car, you'd be like, that's a lime green Mazda
Yeah,
2.
and you wouldn't buy it.
I'm not going to buy it.
No one who owns that car knows their car that well.
What does Emily do for a job?
She's a beauty therapist.
Well, so it's a classic person who would know their car.
Yeah,
So
not
a
a
mechanic?
Not a mechanic.
Right.
So she kept on going. I was like, no, trust me. I got to the point where I was like, I'll pay for the petrol.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's not about the money. I just really don't. I can't afford to miss this show. Otherwise, because it got to the point where I'm like, we run out of petrol here on the side of the highway, even if we get an Uber, I'm going to be late.
Yeah, and that's going to ruin the show.
I'm like, let's just quickly duck in, fill her up, even just put 10, 20 bucks in. That's fine. You don't have to fill her up the whole way.
Yeah.
It's, harsh economic climate. I feel ya, but let's not be flashing on empty on a really important night.
But she reckons she's got a telekinetic connection with her Mazda.
Yes.
Right.
And the part I hated about it was we made it there fine. We got there and we also made it home as well.
Oh, you made it home too? Oh, well, then she obviously does know her
No,
car.
I don't think she does. I think it was a fluke.
Right.
One day it's going to bite her. And because she said as well, she was like, don't worry, it's been flashing for a couple of days now. It's fine.
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
scary.
that's not fine.
Well, why don't we just test her then?
Yeah, right.
See if
After
she
the
knows
break,
her car.
she doesn't know we're talking about this. I
Yeah.
don't think she's listening. Let's call her out of the blue and let's test her.
No,
Does she know her car?
We're too busy driving around in her flashing Mazda.
Yeah, she's probably stuck on the side of the road right now calling RACB.
saving power by turning the radio off.
Yeah.
All right, we'll call her after the break. It's Luke and Lewis.
Lewis, before the break, we were talking about my girlfriend's overconfidence and faith that she has in her car. And in particularly, she insists that she knows her car. So there was a situation where the fuel light was flashing empty, and she went, don't worry about it, we don't need to go fill up, I know my car. And we had about a 50-minute trip ahead of us, and I was very nervous
50
the whole
minutes,
time.
Yeah, so getting flashing at the start of a 50-minute trip is very dangerous. And really, the only person who knows their car is a mechanic.
Yeah. And she's not a mechanic.
Yeah.
So
Because the car's not a person. You
I
can't
thought-
talk to it.
exactly. I thought we'd test it out, right? And I thought we'd surprise call her and really find out once and for all and give her a quiz of does Emily know her car?
All right. Let's give it a go.
She doesn't.
No way.
Hello.
Congratulations, you're playing How Well Does Emily Know Her Car? Today's contestant is you, Emily. How you going, Emily? Welcome to today's quiz. Obviously, you claim to know your car. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, well...
Congratulations. Welcome to the game. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I know I'm going to crush this.
Okay, question number 1. How many litres of fuel per 100 kilometres is your car capable of?
40.
40? 40 litres? What do you just... You didn't
40
even,
what?
40 what? Centimetres? What do you mean?
40 litres?
6.5 litres.
Very close.
I'm pretty close.
All right.
All right, second question, Emily. What is the ANCAP safety rating of your car?
How many does it go up to?
5.
Like a
Star rating. 5, like out of 5 stars. What's the ANCAP
Like 4.
safety rating?
Like a 4.
Oh,
you got it right.
Good guess. Did have to figure out what the rating was out of,
All right.
so I think that was just a lucky guess.
For a bonus point, what is an ANCAP safety rating? What does it stand for?
Pass.
You've run out of time. Incorrect. And I'm disqualifying you from the second question.
The Australasian New Car Assessment Program for those playing along at home.
Yeah, you've been disqualified from the second question as well, because if you don't know number 3, you just guess number 2.
Right. Well, no, we'll do number 3. What is your base recommended fuel for a 2007 Mazda 2, which is your car model?
What do you mean?
So what's the recommended fuel that Mazda recommend for your car?
The fancy one.
No, it's 91 octane. It's the basic one. But Mazda has also given its blessing to use the cheaper E10 blend.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
So I think we can conclude that you don't know your car and you were running a risk the other night.
Nah, I knew my car. It's fine, guys.
Well, unfortunately, Emily, you were playing for a full tank of petrol. And,
Yeah.
you've lost. So
So-
you're going to be staying
And
flashing for a
it's
long
gone
time.
up to 156 today, I saw, so pretty stiff. Oh, well.
Can't believe I lost.
Great. Well, I'll see you later, I guess. Thanks for
Bye.
playing.
Luke, you have been getting trapped in the work kitchen.
Frequently.
Well, any more than 0 is frequently, really.
Yeah, it's happened twice. I didn't tell you about one.
Oh, it's happened twice?
Yeah.
Okay, so to explain, guys, we have a kitchen in the office at the radio station that for some reason the sensor of the door only works outside. So if you go in and it shuts, it won't open.
And there's a sign on the door that says, don't go in here because the door locks behind you and you'll be trapped.
It's interesting that you bring up the sign, Luke.
Yeah.
So you know the sign, you've seen the sign. And
Yeah.
what did you do?
Well, I really needed a fork. I was having some pasta at the time. The other kitchens were forkless. And I went searching in this kitchen that is pretty much out of bounds. I think because the door is...
Well, there's a massive sign on it saying,
Don't go in here. Yeah.
That's out of bounds.
Right, so yeah.
For good
But
reason.
I was like, well, if it's out of bounds, then no one's using the cutlery.
Yeah.
So I was like, I bet you I'll be able to find some cutlery in there.
Yeah.
And then I went in there. There wasn't a fork in there. I
Yeah.
think someone else had moved them, and then I just got trapped. So I went in there for no reason.
Yeah, and this was before one of our radio shows. I'm sitting there in the studio being like, ready to do my show with Luke. Where
Where's
is
Luke?
he? I
And
had
then
to find you.
Well, yeah, and then I called you and went, hey, trapped again.
Yeah. But even worse than that, about 20 minutes after that, our button pusher radio mic got stuck in the same place.
We don't learn.
I've never got stuck in there because I went to go in there and I was like, oh, giant sign saying don't go in there, you'll get trapped. I'll be like, I won't go in there. I'll get trapped.
You need to live a little, man. Live
Well-
on the edge a bit.
Mate, I do think that everyone has a trap story.
Yeah.
If you have, actually, you know what? If you have a trap story, give us a call. Tell us your trap story on 131060.
Yeah.
I've got one. I actually trapped myself a while back when I was 14.
Oh, and you're judging me.
Yes, well, this is a trap of my own devising for good reason. I was very angry with my mother when I was like 14 years old, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to trap myself in my own bedroom and not talk to her. So I moved my desk that was really, really heavy in front of the door so that it wouldn't open, and then I sat in my room for about 6 hours. And then I got really bored.
Yeah, and you realise you have no food in there. You can't go to the toilet.
I couldn't get out, so I climbed out the window because I couldn't move the desk back. It was too heavy. It just got stuck there. So I climbed out the window, came back into the house, and then I expected my mum to be shocked. She didn't even notice.
She was like, I just thought you were hanging out in your room.
Yeah.
Which is not that uncharacteristic of you.
She was like, "Oh, I just thought you were playing video games."
I was like, nah, I was making a stand, but
Yeah.
Right, so your one was, you meant it was an intentional trapping.
Yes, but
See,
it didn't really work.
Just literally 2 weeks ago, I accidentally trapped myself in my room. The doorknob came off on one side, and I just had to start yelling. I was like, Mom, can't get out my room. Yep.
Well, you know what, guys? 131060, give us a call. When have you been trapped? If you have an overnight story, please call.
Those are
I'd
the
love
best
to
ones,
hear
like
it.
trapped in a mall. Have you been trapped in an elevator? Just give us your trap stories.
Luke and Lewis on the Fox. We are asking you guys on 131060, when have you been trapped? Because, Luke, you keep getting trapped in the kitchen at the radio station here.
Yeah, well, the door locks behind you, and it does have a big sign on the door that says "Don't go in here" because the door locks. But sometimes I've needed a couple of things in the kitchen, and then I've just been in a rush, and then
And how many times have you gone in there?
twice.
How many times have you been trapped?
Twice. 100% trap rate.
All right, well, we've got our first caller, Katrina from Ferntree Gully. When have you been trapped? Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. So my very first day working at the Park Hyatt in Melbourne,
Is that a hotel?
Yeah, it's a hotel. So one of the 5-star hotels in Melbourne. So it's pretty full on.
Right.
So I worked in the day spa there as a receptionist. It was my first official day without my trainer, by myself. And there's 2 towers in the hotel, so the Cathedral Tower and the Park Tower.
Yep.
So I was in the internal area trying to go up the stairwell to the Park Tower and ended up in Cathedral, God knows how. And I couldn't get into the hotel itself. So I was stuck going up and down this stairwell frantically trying to figure out how I could get out for my shift.
So you were stuck in the stairwell when you were meant to be working?
Yeah, exactly. And people, I had to, open up the pool and everything like that, so people were waiting for me.
See,
and
that's genius. Sometimes I used to get also stuck at my old job as well. Sometimes I was stuck in the shed and I wouldn't come out for hours. But were you stuck or stuck?
No, I was stuck, and then they couldn't find me because they were looking in the wrong places. So eventually, lovely, housekeeper let me in. But I was freaking out.
Wow, brilliant. You know what, Luke? Call Admiral Akbar because
It's a trap!
Don't give him that, Katrina.
that's funny.
Katrina, you don't have to laugh.
Thank you, Katrina. I'm glad you appreciate good comedy. Next caller, Corey. Welcome to the show. Full of some great comedy.
Is this what you were doing in the song?
Yes.
What a waste of time.
Mate, at least I wasn't trapped in the kitchen. Corey, welcome to the show. When have you been trapped?
How you going, guys?
Well, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, so I used to live on this farm and I used to work out there. It's in rural Victoria. Have you heard of Horsham?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so out that way, bum, out nowhere. And so 6 a.m.
Thanks,
on
mate, for
my
that.
way to work.
Thanks for censoring yourself there.
I love it.
Yes. And I checked the oil. I accidentally left the bonnet open, so on the way to work, I pulled over, and I had a Ford Falcon F at the time, and they always have auto-locking problems.
Yeah.
So I hopped out of the car, left the car running, shut the doors, and the car locked.
So you didn't get trapped in the car?
I got trapped out of it.
So you just got trapped in Horsham?
No, I got trapped out in nowhere.
Oh,
so you were just...
No traffic, no cars,
See,
no one to help me.
Don't play the sound effect unless you've got Admiral Akbar saying, it's a stranded, because it's not a trap. You're not trapped in anywhere. You're trapped outside of the car. So you're trapped everywhere but your car.
Yeah, there was no houses around, no towns around.
Some would argue that's free. That's freedom.
Freedom. So I had to go to an old fence and get some wire and stick the wire in through the door seal to open the door handle, get it out. It took me 2.5 hours to do that.
And did you get back in the car?
I did eventually.
So once you were back in the car, you would have had to call Admiral Akbar because...
It's a trap!
See, Corey reacted appropriately to your Star Wars
disappointed
reference.
that you didn't find that hilarious, Corey. Expected better from you,
Hey, no,
mate.
Corey, keep up the great work.
Cheers, Charles.
Thanks, mate. Luke and
Have a
Lewis.
great night.
See ya.
Why don't you just meet me in the middle?
Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Who doesn't love a good middle?
Yep. I'll meet you there sometime. All right, Lewis.
Brilliant, yep.
Yeah, that wasn't brilliant. All right.
I'm taking that on
You
board.
need to set a higher standard
Yeah.
of coming back from a song. If that is brilliant, then God Almighty.
Well, we'll see what direction the next song is about, and I'll try it again.
Yeah, try and that's the thing. Improve. Look, if you can't improve on that, then I'll be God help
Challenge
the show.
accepted.
Okay, Lewis.
Yes.
Bachelor in Paradise starts again tonight. Are you excited? No. Now, been a big week. There was 4 episodes this week, and I'm about to catch you up on some of my favourite moments. One thing that I can't get over while watching Bachelor in Paradise, right? It's my favourite show, but one thing I can't get over is just how bored they all are.
Well, from your catch-ups, it seems like there's no real competition. Like, no one's working towards anything.
There's really no point to the show.
Yeah, so...
It's incredible, and I don't know why I still watch it, because I know that, but it fascinates me. They all just sit in a resort, and they kind of mingle, and some are in couples, some are single. They kind of go out on dates. When I say dates, they're very cheap. Like, Channel 10's financial situation is highlighted evidently by, date card, and then it's like cooking marshmallows on a fire.
Gee,
Like-
I wonder why they're having financial problems.
Yeah. Right, so the date card, the standard isn't high on the show, right? But so they're all just bored sitting around this resort in Fiji.
Yeah.
And their boredom
Poor
was
souls.
really highlighted. There was a moment in the show during the week where Jared, who we know fan favourite of the show, he went to Cheers Apollo, another guy on the show. Like they
I
went
thought
to
you meant he went to Cheers Apollo shirt. But Apollo is his name.
Yes.
Right. Continue.
They cheers their drinks, right? They clinked them, and instead of clinking it,
Yeah.
he kind of, Jared accidentally dunked his drink like an Oreo
Went over the top.
in Apollo's drink, and they
Right.
kind of went, bit of a mix-up there. We mucked up the cheers,
Yeah.
and then...
I think everyone's finding this polo joke way too funny.
Yes.
Wasn't that good? That was marginally a little bit worse
Oh, no.
than the middle. as
Don't
well.
worry, no one listening is also abused. It's just you.
Right.
All right. So they muck up this cheers, right?
Yeah.
And they were way too amused. Here's their reaction when they muck
Cheers,
up
boys.
the cheers.
Cheers, gents. You know Is that the new way to cheers people? I was coming around. Did you do a 3-way one? Yeah.
Jeez, it sounds like someone just made a polo joke. They're losing their minds at how hilarious that is. No, that's pretty crazy though. They definitely found it way funny.
That's not funny.
No.
Like them, as someone cheersing, accidentally mistiming a cheers is like a more of a, whoops, we'll try that again, maybe.
Yeah, it's not.
Or it's definitely not. Let's laugh for 10 seconds and then I'll laugh about how great that moment was together.
That proves how boring it is the rest of the time because they're filmed 24/7 and
Yeah.
that was a highlight. The editors were like, something happened. Put it in.
Yeah, that made the cut of the show. And another...
And the cut of ours.
Yeah. Which doesn't say much for our show, huh?
That'd be all the
Right.
polo jokes.
And another thing that really, again, highlighted the fact of how bored everyone is. The host, Osher Gunsberg of the show, whenever he comes into the resort, everyone just loses their minds.
Osha's here. Osha! Osha! Osha!
Osha! Good afternoon! What's he doing here?
What's he doing here? Mate, Osher hosts the show.
Where else would he be?
What do you mean what's he doing here?
What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
That'd be an acceptable response if Arnold Schwarzenegger showed up.
Yeah, because that would be...
Hey, what are you
That would
doing
be
here?
unexpected.
Yeah.
But if Osher walks in, hey, mate, just means there's a rose ceremony coming up. There's one each episode. Calm down.
Do you reckon
okay?
that happens every time he walks into a room?
Mate, I wish. That's the best entrance. I wish I could walk into a room and get the same level of respect that Osher Gunsberg gets on The Bachelor.
Well, you know what, Matt? We can do that for you. There's 3 people in this room other than you. There's me, there's Radio Micah, but
Can we do this?
Producer James.
I've
Yeah.
always wanted to experience what it's like to be Osher
Let's
Gunsberg.
do it. Take your headphones off.
Hang on, I'll
Step
make
out of the room.
I'll just make my fringe perfect. Hang on. Trying to channel my inner Osh. All right, so I'll leave the studio.
Yeah,
And
come
then
back
when
with
I come
better
in...
hair, and if your hair's good enough, we'll just go nuts.
Great.
All right, he's leaving the studio. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah. All right. Okay, and re-enter. Lou! What are you doing here?
I'm actually also on the show.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
That was great.
Yeah, brilliant. It's time for this.
Flip it. Flip it good. Flip it. Win a coin.
That's right. It's time for Luke and Lewis's flip coin. Not to be confused with the Fox's hit coin. Very different things.
The station, you might have heard it, runs a promo about where you call up during the day, you hear a hit, and then you can win some coin. The problem with this is they don't actually give out coins. They just transfer the money to your bank account, and you can win anywhere from $100 to $1,000.
Yeah.
But we don't offer that. We offer a genuine, real coin. We will send a coin out to your address, to your house. You will be sent a coin in the mail.
Yes, we'll post it to you. It costs more to post the coin to you than the actual coin itself, but we're prepared to spend that money to give you guys the big prize.
So you can win anywhere from 5 cents to $2 here. We flip a coin, heads or tails, and then there may be... Oh, look, we don't usually do this. We've done it only once before. I'm going to say today there's a chance of double or nothing as well. I'm going to throw it out there.
This is big, guys. So
jackpot round.
131060. Give us a call if you would like to win the opportunity to win a coin.
Yes. So if you haven't heard the hit coin promo, it goes like this.
Fox FM's Hit Coin.
Hear the hit and win some serious coin.
In 15 minutes.
On the Fox.
That is not happening.
Well, no. Instead of winning serious coin, win a real coin.
Yes, even more serious than that. And the phone lines are lighting up.
Every time we do this.
Every time we play this game, people just want to win a coin. So 131060, give us a call if you would like the opportunity to win a coin. If you guess correctly, you could be walking home 50 cents.
And also today I
cents.
have an ingenious way, a new way of flipping the coin. I'll surprise that on you next.
This is big. Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Luke and Lewis on the Fox. And today we're doing this.
Flip it good. Flip it. Win a coin.
What just happened?
I don't know. I was just going off. I'm just vibing with the music.
You're not doing it well.
There was a lot of humming going on in that one. I thought I would join in. But more importantly, we're playing Luke and Lewis's flip coin. Not to be confused with Fox's hit coin. Very different competitions.
This is a game where we flip a coin. You have the opportunity, if it's heads or tails, if you guess it right, you could win anywhere from 5 cents to $2.
Yes.
Today, we've come in awfully unprepared. We opened our wallets just then. We only have a 20 cent, 50 cent and $1 coin in play today.
Well, those are the bigger coins. Generally, we just gamble on collectively all of us having enough coins to have the full set.
Usually people win a 5 cent coin.
But today,
not even up for grabs today. So you're playing for the big bucks.
High stakes. So, welcome our first contestant, Raz, to the show from Cranbourne. Why do you want to win a coin tonight?
Bro, I want a coffee.
You want a coffee, right?
Yeah, bro. So that $2, I'll go straight down to 7-Eleven, put up a nice cappuccino, we'll be on.
Aren't 7-Eleven coffees $1? So you're going to have $1 to spare. Get two.
Oh, you're absolutely
Get two,
right.
Raz. Treat yourself.
I love
I've
Raz.
got a date tonight anyway, so I might take her a coffee.
Chivalry
What do you
is
reckon,
not
boys?
dead.
Yeah, I love it, Raz. I'm razzed up. Let's do it.
right.
Heads or tails, mate?
No, wait. We need to
tails.
draw out what you're playing for first,
that's
Raz,
right.
all right?
Okay.
You're playing for $1. That's pretty good.
That's
So therefore, you might
I'll
get...
have a coffee then.
So you won't be able to get a date your coffee. You're gonna have to actually shout her that one, mate.
All right. Let's
Also
go
feel your
for it.
pain.
Let's go
All right,
for it.
Raz. Heads or tails,
By
mate?
the way, before we get into it, I forgot to describe. I have a new flipping mechanism today. Do you guys remember the old high school or more primary school method of glue stick and ruler? Where you catapult things up into the air?
Yeah.
Right, well, I've got a ruler.
absolutely.
We're ready to go. I'm loading the coin up on the end of the ruler right now, and you tell me when you want me to give it a smack, Raz.
All right. We'll do a countdown.
Yeah.
And heads or tails, mate?
Ready?
Oh, wait, heads or tails?
Oh, tails, brother.
Tails, all right, go.
All right,
All right, let's
count
go.
down.
3, 2, 1,
Go!
Bombs away!
Oh! Okay.
What do
Pick
we
it up.
got?
Luke's picking it up. He has to go and find it.
Right under the desk.
What is it?
What did you say, Raz?
He said
I
tails.
said tails. Tell me it's tails.
It's tails. You've got that coin!
Congratulations,
Oh,
mate.
man. The 7-Eleven have gained a customer and you have gained a coin. Must feel great.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to go get that.
Hey,
No
mate,
worries,
it's quite
Raz.
literally the least we could do.
Now, mate, you did say you have a date tonight. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think you factored in shipping time because we do have to post it to you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You might have to
no.
reschedule that date, Raz.
I'll explain what you just said to me to her, and we should be all right.
All right, man. You do that.
Mate. Enjoy your dollar.
I'm
Thanks for
feeling
playing.
one more. I think we do one more.
All right. We'll do one more. Meg, welcome to the show. Why do you want to win a coin tonight?
I want to go to the pokies.
Not something we encourage, but each to their own.
Double my money.
She's trying to double her money. I like the hustle.
Do the pokies take 20-cent and 50-cent coins?
Nah, but I'll just get changed over. I'll have to lend some money off my mum and
right.
then go down and get changed over.
We might be enabling something very dangerous here tonight.
Is this responsible flip coining? I don't think this is... Anyway, we're doing it.
Heads or tails, Meg?
Heads.
You're playing for 50 cents, by the way. That's what I picked out.
Woo!
Heads? All right, you let me know when you want me to smack this ruler down, and I'll flip that coin, Meg.
All right, ready, go.
Whoa, it's a big launch. That one
Sorry,
went
Meg,
into
almost
space.
just hit me in the head. I just got to pick it up off the floor.
All right, picking up. What is it, Luke?
What did Meg say?
Were you heads or
Heads.
tails, Meg?
Heads. Meg, you've won that coin! Oh!
Two in a
Incredible.
row. How do you feel,
Good luck
Meg?
at the
I'm
pokies.
just right. I'm going to win at the pokies.
She's already on the way down to the RSL.
Someone's got to fund that operation. All right, thanks for calling, Meg. That was Luke and Lewis's Flip Coin. Luke and Lewis on the Fox.
And not holding back tonight.
Oh, okay. So
I did
you
it better than you.
Really?
Yep.
Mike, was that better than me?
It definitely was.
Yep.
I've been defeated. I'll try harder next show,
Yep.
depending
Good.
on the song.
Or just give it a rest. I rest my case. You're not good at it, and I win.
All right, I quit.
All right, so after the break, Lewis, Tony Hawk causing a stir on social media. Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna be
He's
talking about that
kick
after this.
flipping his way into our feeds.
I love it. We're going to be talking about that after
No,
this.
that was generous. Lewis, Tony Hawk has caused a stir on Twitter during the week. He's had some, well, not really. He's kind of made his own controversy. I was about to
has
say,
he?
well,
So
would
he's
you,
talking about this, no one else is.
yeah.
Okay.
And now we are.
Okay, brilliant. Well, hopefully we'll cause this controversy.
Yes.
We're getting these waves
We're
going.
at the forefront of Tony Hawk related controversy.
That's what we guarantee.
Aside
here
from
on Luke
him.
and Lewis.
He broke it first.
Okay.
We're breaking it to you guys now.
So he's at the forefront, we're just at the front.
Close second. All right.
What's
so
the controversy?
he tweeted the other day, he said, a woman on a plane retrieving her luggage in the overhead. Whose skateboard is this? This is the woman speaking. It's blocking my bag. And then he said, that's mine. You can pass it here. And she said, it's yours. You ride it? ? And he said, yes. And she said, are you any good at it? And then he said, sometimes. And then and then in little asterisk it says, cackles manically, exits plane.
Right.
So this lady has had a laugh at him for riding a skateboard. She didn't know who Tony Hawk was, obviously. She didn't recognise him.
Well,
If you don't know, Tony Hawk, best skateboarder, arguably the best skateboarder in the
Yeah,
world.
but I'm going to say fair enough, because how old is Tony Hawk?
49.
Yes.
I agree with her.
If you saw a 49-year-old man with a skateboard, that's hysterical.
Especially trying to squeeze it into your overhead luggage. Like, why are you taking it around with you?
Well, you know what? If your
Leave it at home.
skateboard's so important, why don't you just skateboard wherever you go instead of taking the plane?
Yeah.
But, I think she has a point, because I think there is an age limit on things. Like, once you hit a certain age, whatever you used to do gets kind of lame. Like,
This actually happened during the week. I saw a guy on a skateboard. He was crossing the road in front of me, and I laughed. I went, look at this guy. He was about 40.
Yeah.
Like, stop holding on to this man. It's done. It finished in the 90s, all right? Even if he was rollerblading, I would have been like, a little bit more respect. Not much.
Yeah, not much, though. Yeah, well, like living with your parents, that's got an age limit on it, doesn't it?
Yep. And I'm almost nearing at the end of that now. You definitely are.
I'm well past. I'm 24 and I still live there. I hit that. I've sped past that limit.
Yeah. I would just say Kentucky trips. If you're not in your 20s, just book a hotel.
Get sunburnt somewhere else.
Yeah. Don't hit Europe so quickly. Don't do a country a day. Have 3 days in Paris. Take your time.
I'd say that there's a reverse age limit on talkback radio. Like if you're under 84, you can't get in the building.
84.
Yeah. Mate,
Yeah.
I've heard it.
I've heard it.
There's also a reverse limit on listening to it.
Yeah. Sour straps.
Yeah.
Like some food even.
Over 10, you don't have a sour
If you're
strap.
eating a TNT sour and a Sunny Boy and you're over 10 years old,
Something
take a
wrong with
real damn hard look at yourself.
it. Big age limit too, having a high school crush. That gets a bit weird past 18.
Yep.
Luke and Lewis. Luke, I went to the Halsey concert last night with my girlfriend.
Yep.
Yes, she's behind this classic song. Not very good at love, very good at singing.
Yes.
So we thought we'd attend the singing, not being in a relationship with her.
Yep.
Taken. Went there with my girlfriend. Not interested in opening that one up.
I don't think she is either, mate.
Just saying, if she's looking, I'm not interested. So we went to the Halsey concert, and it was amazing. She can really sing. It was really theatrical. The stage was incredible. There was fire. There was dancers. It was a really, really good show. But every time she talked, like at points she would, obviously it was in the set list to just all the music off, and she's in an arena and she's just talking and pretending like it's an intimate thing.
I don't like when artists do that. It's like, this isn't a TED Talk. It's a concert.
Yeah.
I didn't come here for to be inspired. I came here to just sing and dance, really.
Like, do it once, thank me for coming, make me feel nice,
Yep.
and then get on with the job. But there was one part in the concert where she was just saying some really weird stuff, and the way she was saying it too, she was just putting massive unnecessary pauses in between everything she was saying. Like, this is one thing that she said. This is a direct quote. She was saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I am here to tell you that you are a baby."
What?
And the whole audience, who was going nuts up until that point, everyone's like, "That you, woo, yeah, a baby." Clarification, please.
That's just condescending.
Yeah.
Was anyone in a cot?
I didn't see any babies there, and you know what?
So she wasn't referring to a particular baby in the crowd?
It was an 18-plus event.
Well, yeah, because I was going, that's irresponsible parenting, taking a baby to a live concert.
There were no babies there, but she explained.
So weird how she's confused.
No, she did explain it. She said, "You are a baby because sometimes you are fragile. You need a hug, and you need someone to tell you that everything's going to be okay."
I just felt, listen up, champ. You don't know anything about me, okay? This is a purely one-way relationship. This isn't reciprocated, okay? I've paid to see you sing. I haven't paid to see this. You don't know anything about me. Stop telling me that I'm fragile. You know what?
She's getting a bit defensive.
I don't know.
Are you actually a baby?
Oh, I'm
Are you a baby and you've just been hiding it this whole time?
feeling pretty fragile right now.
Mate, it's all right. Everything's going to be okay.